Hey, Anna. Welcome everyone for the Hot Sauce 126. I think in the thumbnail we created a little bit of clickbait, but yeah, I'm here alone with Jana. No special guests, unfortunately. Like last week was pretty cool, talking to Daniel and Zach, and we will have more of these things going on. Yeah, but today it's just me, but there's plenty to talk about, obviously. Yeah, what are the topics for today? For sure, the event that the EOS Network Foundation had for a select group of key opinion leaders of the Chinese community. I had the pleasure to participate in the event, so I have a little bit of things that were not that much covered in the Western media. So we get into this later a little bit. And then tomorrow we have the launch of Pomelo. Everybody pretty excited about this. We at EOS Nation super duper excited about this. We can go through this a little bit. Yeah, a bunch of other things. Upland raised a bunch of money, 18 million. We can go through this as well. And yeah, Eden had some stuff. But yeah, let's get into the big topic. So I will start sharing my screen so we can go through the stuff and check quickly in the chat. How is everyone doing? Awesome. Okay. So yeah, EOS was pretty much in all the major crypto outlets through the bank. We see that, Yves Laurence, the CEO of the EOS Foundation, EOS stands as a failure, right? I think that was for many like a blast, and it made a big splash. But it's mainly like, you know, how a lot of people feel in the community. And Yves, as you know, he's speaking for the community, and he's an elected leader. He's expressing what a lot of people had on their mind, and it's also like a change of leadership and how things will be different. And we had all this coverage, and it's also marking like a new beginning. So people need to learn all the things that have been going on. We have even like this has been covered by Ivan on Tech. He's speaking about this in his recent video. I will put these things in the show notes. If you haven't seen these things, you can come back later to this video and you will see. And yeah, but obviously, like, he didn't even know a bunch of things. He still talked about like how complicated it was to get an EOS account, and then he mentioned that yeah, you need to send PayPal to someone in order to get an EOS account. And I mean, a lot of things have changed, but in the perception of the wider crypto scene, like nobody was really looking at the developments of Edens, and like starting with a big bang, emancipating from block.one, and really putting things on the table the way they are, I think has value. And I think the discussion in the community and how we're gonna move forward with the tools that are available is going to be crucial for EOS as itself, but also for the whole community. Everybody that's here, everybody that's knowing all the progress that has been happening, and the tools that are at our disposal right now to fund ourselves and to structure ourselves. This is really, for me, this is amazing. And I think for a lot of people in the community as well. Again, like a lot of other blockchain protocols, they start with a foundation. They start with funding. They start with structures that deploy funding for really early projects. And EOS has been not. We have been waiting for a long time for block.one to take over this role. EOS VC, we thought about, they deploy a lot of capital into developers, into builders in our community. But yeah, it didn't happen. We've been waiting for long. But now we have, with the EOS Network Foundation, a body that's coming from these 3 years. It's coming from the decentralization, and it's coming from the community itself. There was a demand and there was a void in leadership, and that has been filled out. The same thing goes for other funding mechanics and governance models like Eden, like Pomelo, and yeah, it's really exciting to see what's going to happen in the next months, and to have this fresh start, and to have this kind of like put it all out, you know, everybody can say their opinion right now, and we move forward from here. And if people are not willing to continue, then, you know, that's the way it goes. But I know that in this community, we have a hardcore of people that know the potential of the technology. They know all the things that have been built. And I mean, I was like, we're also starting this Discord, and we've been putting together like the resources, all the things that the resources that are there in the community, the apps that have been built, and putting this together was really, again, eye-opening to see all the development that has been going on. Other blockchains, they are still, you know, they're still partially launched, they're still moving over to other consensus models. EOS has been for 3 years like really like looking what can be improved, and the technology is powerful. Most people that know EOS knows this, and yeah, now the community is restructuring itself. We get funding, and there's plenty to be excited about. So what is there to be excited about? Let's get into these things a little bit. The things that were covered in the press were mainly about like, okay, EOS is a failure, and you know, the EOS community ramps up for battle against block.one, and there's a lot of like focusing on the negative, right? But what's like, first of all, I want to discuss like, why was this event in China? Well, in China, we have the largest community of token holders, of developers, and in China, like EOS still dominates the official rankings. So that's one of the reasons the EOS Network Foundation chose this place, and really give back to the people that invested the most, and also like hurt the most, because of like really the token price of EOS was really a letdown compared to other blockchain protocols. This has been the major, you know, turnoff, and that's also what's kind of like dominating the news. When you talk to someone, hey, about EOS, like Jana and I, we've been in the NFT scene, and we talk about all the potentials, all the possibilities that are possible on EOS. But you know, the moment everybody gets excited about the technology, but when we mention EOS, it's, you know, they just show us like the price performance and these kind of things. And yeah, in China, there's still more community, there's still hope. So, you know, we had this event there, or the EOS Network Foundation had this event there. However, the EOS Network Foundation will have more events coming out. This was the first public appearance of Yves Larose as a chairman of or CEO of the EOS Network Foundation. And there will be more things coming out. Probably the whole event was recorded, and to my knowledge, it's also going to be available for viewing, and it will be shown. But I have a little bit of things that were shared there that I think I can share with you here. I hope dropping some alpha for you guys. So those people that followed Yves in the channels already knew that he's like, that the EOS Network Foundation is like working on parallel. Like there are a lot of different pillars that he focuses on, and he wants to develop at the same time, because EOS is like kind of like we lost a bit the leadership, and like we dropped. We need to catch up now soon, and that's why the EOS Network Foundation is like working on parallel on a lot of fronts at the same time. So these 4 pillars, as he mentioned, he shared the names for these 4 pillars for the first time, and there are as follows. So we have Audits Plus, we have Wallet Plus, we have Docu Plus, and API Plus. These are all these 4 things. I can like audits, obviously, it's like for code audits to see if a smart contract or if an application is safe, and if it's no danger to users, etc., because nobody likes to get hacked. So Audit Plus will focus on this, and Yves some developers ask, like, will the EOS Network Foundation help like fund these first audits? Because like a lot of apps, they don't necessarily have the funds to invest into an audit, right? So the EOS Network Foundation has a working group for this, but also like in the event, Eve kind of gave like, you know, a positive message that these subsidies might be in place, that there will be funding for audits from the Network Foundation. Another one is Wallet Plus. Wallet Plus is not necessarily like a new wallet. It's more about like standards and how applications can integrate, what are the wallet standards for EOS. And then there will be Docu Plus, which is the documentation of the EOSIO code base, the EOS code base. There's a working group, and API Plus, basically like how applications connect to the blockchain, history, blockchain history, these kind of things. So each of these working groups, they're already in place and they're already working. And from another thing that Eve shared is like that they're gonna release blue papers. So there will be more and frequent updates what the EOS ecosystem is working on, and what is the vision and what is the things that we can look forward to. We never, in 3 years, we never really had a roadmap from block.one. So that's something that's coming out. Each of these working groups, they're working, they're seeing what is realistic to come up in the next few months or in the next year, 2022. So we will have a roadmap, and this roadmap will be based on the blue papers of all these working groups. That was one thing that Eve shared there. And yeah, this roadmap also gives room to have a, like, it creates a vision. It creates a vision to see where we're going. And I think based on this vision, we can also attract outside investors. And another thing that Eve shared was like that they're already getting, like, since the EOS Foundation, EOS Network Foundation is already in place, they get contacted. They're a point of contact, and they've been contacted by a couple of VCs that are interested in. They see the potential of EOS, and they're having a long-term kind of like, they see that there's a long-term potential, so they already want to get in early in a way. So the Network Foundation is being approached by VC funds. That's something that I heard first in this ENF Media Event, and it's a good sign, I think. It shows that the lack that was there in the EOS ecosystem in marketing and in leadership, that this is filled right now. And in the moment that there are people taking charge, that the demand for is there, that people are contacting them and are looking in funding and participating in the EOS ecosystem. Another question that, so the blue papers and potentially also the roadmap, I'm not so sure what comes first, so if they're coming at the same time, but the blue papers of the working groups, they were announced before the Chinese New Year. And that's kind of end of November, beginning of February next year. So 2-3 months to go. Potentially we will hear more details coming up while they're working on it. Maybe also who are in these working groups. These things might be interesting. Another thing that came from the Q&A, because like we had 2 speeches, one was from Eve and one was from Zach Gall. And afterwards we had some Q&A. One Q&A was the people were asking about the EVM. So there will be an EVM coming out. It's already a priority list on the priority list of the EOS Network Foundation. And Eve gave a little bit of like a timeline, an idea when it's going to come out. So it will be 2022, spring, summer 2022. I guess sometime in Q2. Yeah, these kind of things come up. I see if people are already reacting to this in the chat, so I can be a little bit more interactive with you guys. Okay, not? Okay, then I will just continue on my ramble here. So where we were. Yeah, another thing that was shared is about the code base, how the code base is going to be managed. Or if, you know, the EOS community takes over the EOS code base, there will be not just one core development team, there will be probably multiple core development teams. So they can each like contribute. They can each work independently and then merge and then communicate among each other. Because another thing that happened in the last 3 years, like having the code base managed by block.one, for some reason, all the participation of Chinese developers, and I already mentioned that China has the largest developer community, none of the pull requests were accepted. None of this was merged. So having the code base in the hand of the community, and Dan Larimer is back in the community, so he can potentially lead one of those teams, is great for open source software, for bringing this forward, right? So these were some things that I wanted to add to the more or less like negative coverage that happened in the Western media, and the vibe and the spirit more or less in this event was a little bit different. It was very brutal and very true about like what's the situation of EOS right now, but then all the things that are about to come and what we can look forward to. And it showed really the vision that the EOS Network Foundation has, and based on that vision, they want this leadership. They are capable. They're showing that they have a vision and that they're ready to lead the EOS community. But they lead again as an elected body that the EOS community over 3 years came together to see, okay, we need to have leadership. We need to have a body within our community that can act fast. And it's also, as I said again, like a central point of contact for, let's say, for crypto media or for VCs or for anyone that really wants to see to learn about EOS or have like a first contact where they can get an entry. It's like an entry portal. And yeah, that's also one thing that was talked about. The EOS Network Foundation is currently still talking to a branding agency, and but there will be an official website, and there will be probably some channels, official channels. We have already like the Discord channel. We talk about this later a little bit more. But the official website and branding and like the real kind of like, you know, opening of the EOS Network Foundation is kind of scheduled for December. So also pretty soon. Again, the way that the EOS Network Foundation is like in charge and taking on this challenge and this mission is pretty fast. Like all these recognition grants that we saw, all the direct help and identifying who needs funding and who has been working and what quality products need their support, immediate support, that went out in the last 1 or 2 months since the EOS Network Foundation came in as like a first aid. And now we will see like more structure being built and more of the long-term building blocks of our ecosystem. And yeah, I need to drink something, I would say. Again, the EOS Network Foundation is just one, like it's at the top of the ecosystem as you will, but throughout the years, we were building all the other tools, and we have other tools to fund the community and to govern the community. Like we have Eden coming up, and starting tomorrow, we will have also Pomelo, which I'm super excited about. I will see in the chat if somebody else is excited about this. Ooh, there's plenty. Cool. So tomorrow, Pomelo goes live. So what we're going to see there? Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, B1 also unstaked a bunch of EOS yesterday, and some people, you know, there's a lot of speculation of what's going to happen there. I'm not so sure if I want to, you know, I have no idea actually. But yeah, it's been talk in the community, and anyone that wants to come speculate about what they're going to do with it, like join the Discord, join the EOS Network Discord, and join the discussions there. And now talking about Pomelo, and I want to see a little bit if the spicy rare of this week is already gone. Because if you're in the chat, okay, there's still 18 available. So it's not breaking a record, which is a little bit sad for us, but that's good for you because you can still snag some up. If you're on the whitelist, it's yeah, you can see in my browser. If you're on the whitelist, snack it up. If you're not on the whitelist, go to the previous videos, and there you'll find the link to our CryptoVoxel parcel. There you can get whitelisted behind the bar. You find all the instructions there. It's all written in our Metaverse parcel. And snack this one up. This is an historic one, Pomelo countdown. One more day to go. All right, but let's get into Pomelo. Whoever doesn't know yet what goes on. So the EOS Network Foundation, again, $500,000 are up for grabs for public goods. The only thing that your project needs, or your idea needs to have, is like, or provide, is like, it needs to be public for everyone to use. Similar like the streets, so everybody can walk through there. In the state, they're funded by taxes, right? In Pomelo, basically, we have the ENF giving a large matching fund, and then you have the people that bring their small contributions, and the more individual people donate to a project, the more of that matching pool share they get. That's based on quadratic funding, and yeah, really check out the Pomelo crowdfunding, Pomelo Grant Twitter. There's a lot of information that we shared there already, like some what is quadratic funding videos, and the categories, which are interesting because it's not just about coding, right? There's community projects, there's education, there's arts and media. So it's really like a society. A blockchain ecosystem is way more than just the code and just the application. There's really for everyone a little bit to get into, and anyone can apply for a grant, and then promote your grant and see if you get people supporting you, and grow your reputation. Start becoming sharing ideas. Maybe through this grant you make a little bit of money, but then you also start getting a network with people who like your idea or want to contribute to your idea, and there will be more and more rounds. This is just the beginning of crowdfunding on EOS, and so let's go into the timeline. Tomorrow it opens up for grant applications, so everybody can apply for a grant, and then we will review like for 4 days until the 11th. If your grant is a public good, and if it is, it will be open, and then on the 11th people can start donating. So that's what's going on. And I want to ask in the chat a little bit, like, what are projects that you are interested about, or what are you excited about? Like, what do you think should get funding? There's plenty of projects that I heard about, like that they want to apply. I'm excited to see how they present themselves. I'm excited to see like the feedback that they get from the community and the support that they get from the community, because that's generating a lot of like conversation, like where funding should go, what is most needed in the community. So yeah, this goes live tomorrow. To people that are still like that need some help, this is a new initiative. If you don't know how to market your grant yourself, or not necessarily like your Pomelo grant, you can contact EOSmarketing.io. It's pretty new. I just stumbled across this. There's already like free marketing for all. So yeah, if you need some marketing, or they also offer some help in creating Pomelo grants, the way I understand this. And yeah, you have plenty of time. You can submit grants basically until the last day of this round. But yeah, the more time you have to rally your support, the more time your grant is up, the higher the chances are for you to get like a bigger share of the whole pot, right? So there's still these NFTs left. That's weird. Okay, so one I can name two projects that I'm excited about. One is Tippet. Tippet does tipping on Discord and some other platforms as well, but they recently were working on also dropping NFTs via a bot on Discord, and they did this on Wax, but they want to apply to do this for a grant to port this over to EOS. I mean, they already built it, and porting over, because it's all EOSIO, porting software over from Wax or another EOSIO blockchain to EOS is not that hard, but like getting the grant for them up and then seeing how much support they're getting and how much demand is there for a tool like this is the exciting part for me. And also learning about other things. Maybe there's someone that has better ideas on how NFTs should be free promo NFTs or NFT games, how they should distribute their things, their NFTs. Another one that I learned recently about, and I think Chris Barnes is helping a bunch. Chris Barnes from Eden, from the Eden proxy, and also one of the chief delegates. Newly elected chief delegates. We'll talk about their recent update as well later. He's helping a lot of teams to prepare their grants. Once you learned how to prepare a grant, which we also have here on the Twitter. Yeah, no, not on the Twitter. We have it also on the Twitter, but here is a video on how you can create a grant. It's a walkthrough. It's 90 seconds. It's pretty easy. Once you have everything written out and translated, you just need to fill it out and submit. I will put a link to the video and also this whole article in the chat later, so you can review it yourself and then decide if you want to submit. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, Chris Barnes also helping Hypha, and Hypha is a tool for creating DAOs. And you know, Zach Gold said, like, also in the media event that we had last Wednesday, he said, like, EOS has been a DAO from the beginning. There's always been token weighted voting. There, we always were like on chain deciding who's in charge, and you know, where does the community go? So EOS itself has been a DAO. We can be a DAO because we have fast transactions, we have almost feeless transactions. It's feasible to run everything on chain when you're doing it on EOS. And Hypha has been, they're coming from Seed. Seed is about sustainable economies, and they've launched on Telos. They've been, for a while, they've been active, and they're doing great things over there. But now from their learnings, I see they created like a platform, Hypha, for other communities to do similar things, to create a DAO on chain. And yeah, I'm super excited about what they're going to do once they applied for Pomelo and porting their stuff over to EOS. Yeah, let's see in the chat if there are other suggestions. Jana, do you see anyone? For me, it's hard to monitor everything at the same time. Jesse is excited for Pomelo. Daniel as well, for sure. Yeah, Zeos. Zeos, I heard about this. It's about privacy, right? Let's see if they apply. I hope they apply. Would be nice to have a privacy features on EOS. And what else in the chat? Does the ENF have context in India? Yeah, India, I'm not sure. Best you reach out, you come to our Discord and reach out to Zach or Eve. They're both present there, and see. There are a couple of Indian developers. We had 2 Indian ambassadors at EOS Nation in our ambassador team. So there is some EOS community in India, but yeah, definitely contact Iki Phoenix, contact Eve or Zach on Discord, and yeah, find out. Maybe, you know, everybody, if you have an idea about like how to onboard Indian people to EOS, that's a Pomelo grant. You know, if you have an idea, if you have a concept, then that's one opportunity for you to go. You can also reach out to Jesse and become like, you know, create an Indian beehive. There are now multiple opportunities for a community to organize itself wherever you're coming from. Like, yeah, that's the way these things can develop right now, because there's access to funding. Okay, let's see if there's not much more in the chat. And my notes. Yeah. One thing with what Jana and I are excited about is the .gems badges, the Pomelo badges. We did for Pomelo marketing, we did the series of Pomelo NFTs. We introduced the blending contract that EOS Nation wrote for .gems, and so we had different ingredients and started blending a tree, and then the tree was growing pomelos, and then the pomelos could be blended into a golden pomelo. So we have a lot of people like holding golden pomelos right now, and finally, starting tomorrow, people can use the golden pomelo and also blend the golden pomelo to blend a badge, to create a special badge for the season 1 badge for Pomelo, which have features, cosmetic features on the platform itself. So last week we were already talking about a lot that Pomelo, you start building out a reputation. Based on your reputation, potentially your funding goes a longer way, because like we need to protect ourselves for Sybil attacks. We want real people to get the most for their money, right? We can't have people like multi-accounting Pomelo, so we having reputation systems built in. One of the ways to show your reputation and also show your engagement is holding like the golden Pomelo or the Pomelo badge, and that has a direct effect on how your Pomelo profile is going to look like. In the NFT space, we saw a lot of profile pictures, right? Profile picture NFTs. They've been coming out a lot. Bored Apes, CryptoPunks, etc., etc. In Pomelo, we will have also features to showcase your NFTs that you hold, and holding these NFTs will give you, you will see this on Monday. There will be special features for you on your profile, and this signals other users like how long you've been participating and supporting Pomelo, or how committed you are. And yeah, these things I'm super excited about, and the blending of the badge will go live tomorrow. I'm trying to time it in a way that everybody that goes to Pomelo for the first time will also see the Pomelo NFTs that they collect and hold in the wallet that they're logging in with. So Pomelo, you will log in with your email, but then you can also, in order to donate later, you need to link your EOS account. So whatever NFT is if you have Pomelo NFTs in your wallet, it will have an effect on your profile picture, and not only your profile picture, but basically on your whole profile, the UI of Pomelo. Okay, so, but you know, the ingredients for the Pomelo NFTs we've also sold, and you know, if you give away free NFTs, you know, you always have a bunch of people who just grab the NFTs. But we sold them a little bit, but since we don't want to necessarily make money with this, we give the whole 1,000 EOS that we made from this initial Pomelo NFT sale, we will donate to Pomelo as well. And this is like .gems giving a little bit to Pomelo, and I hope to see a lot of NFT projects there, because these are projects that we are at .gems are super excited about. Yeah, and we will match, no, we will donate. Yeah, that's about the NFT features and the blending of the badge. So stay tuned. We will make more announcements about this tomorrow. There will be a lot of Pomelo news tomorrow, I suppose. And yeah, if you don't already, make sure to follow Pomelo at Pomelo Grants. All right. Jana, how are you doing? Well, how is everybody else doing? Talking so much. Oh, news from EOS Power Network. Oh yeah, okay. Jesse has a Hindi hive. Badge for the mooncake. No, there's no badge for the mooncake yet. We will see what happens to the mooncake. But yeah, it's not the mooncake was an activity for the Chinese community for the Moon Festival. It's not necessarily a Pomelo NFT. Also, we will start a complete new collection tomorrow. where the Pomelo badges will be in, because there will be Pomelo badges going forward for every season, right? So we start a brand new collection for this. Okay, so if there's, I think I covered most of the things that I wanted to share about Pomelo. Let me see. And if you want to learn more about Pomelo, again, follow at Pomelo Grants on Twitter, and join the EOS Network Foundation Discord. There's a dedicated Pomelo chat for general things. There's an how to Pomelo if you're completely new to this or have questions about your grant applications. And if you already applied for a grant, there's a channel where you can introduce your grant, where you can answer questions, or people can ask you questions about your grant. And later on, I think we will also host some AMAs for popular grants, or at least we offer this for people that applied for grants. And if they want to do a Q&A, we're more than happy to host this in the Discord and make this maybe a regular event. Depending, let's see like how many people apply for tomorrow and the next week, and then we take it from there, I would say. Yeah, moving along to the Eden Chief Delegate meeting, number 3. So they do regular meetings once a week, and I make this a habit to cover them here all. I will put the link to this later on into the show notes. So Chris had basically his things to share. He's taking care of the Eden proxy. He does regular interviews. He does the Eden open mic, another event that's happening regularly every Monday, 22 UTC in the Discord, EOS Network Discord. That's pretty interesting. And as I said earlier, like he does a couple of Pomelo interviews, seeing people who are interested and helping them to formulate the grant. Randall from EOS support continues to onboard new people that can help onboarding other people, or help when there's any questions regarding EOS. They set this up. They got additional funding through the Eden election. It's a growing community of supporters, and it's not volunteers. You actually like can earn money and get paid by the ecosystem to help newcomers to the ecosystem or help solve problems. So great project. And if you're eager to help out, contact Randall or go to eosupport.io. Yeah, they're still recruiting. You need to do a KYC though, makes sense to me. Jesse from the EOSBs did something pretty cool, like in the EOS beginner's guide, a beginner's guide to EOS. We have it here. It's like Jesse went and looked to all the documentation, to all the documents that are there, and he was not satisfied with all the things that were there. There were many attempts to write something, but EOS is developing. So I think this is like the most up-to-date beginner's guide to EOS. And yeah, kudos to him. I think it's also like a really good tool for the EOSBs to share this first document for everybody that shows interest, and also for newbies to train, for B scouts to learn about the history and all the different things that happened or happen, and on how they're connected in our ecosystem and in our community. So you will find this also on the very top of the EOS resources channel in our Discord channel. But this guide will also be, in the course of this month, will be completely translated to a bunch of other languages, as well as other articles, as I see here, interesting articles that came out that give context to EOS, that are important for other people to learn, will be translated, as we can see here. Yeah, Aaron from Greymas, he donated to the Bees and to EOS support a bunch of EOS accounts, and if there are more EOS account codes needed, they can supply them. As Greymas doing Anchor Wallet, they are really like the first point where people create their wallet and start their journey into EOS and manage their keys. Yeah, early development onboarding stuff. Okay. Good. Okay. New ways to onboard people with QR codes and NFC chips. That's interesting. I want to see that. I'm reading this for the first time. Sorry, guys. So yeah, Lovejoy continues to do great videos. He's covered already the Brandon Lovejoy. He's covered the whole how the Eden UI was developed. Really great interview video content and interviews. Highly recommended to anyone. And then yeah, John from Violet Garden brings a video feature. So as you can see, all the delegates from elected Eden, they have their own projects that they're running on, that they're running, and they come together once a week to discuss their progress and also see what they can do as a group. So one of these things that they discussed and decided that they want to reach out as the chief delegates to block.one. So they're formulating an email to, you know, introduction, see what comes back. Yeah, the Eden Discord, we just started an official category on the EOS Network Foundation Discord for the Eden community, which will be built based on demand. So yeah, join the Discord, join Eden. If you need invitations to Eden, Eden is invitation based. Reach out, come to the Discord and reach out in the channel. You need to just have somebody that invites you and 2 witnesses. Yeah. So that's that. And yeah, here's a clip that we did last week on this channel where you're watching right now. We summarize all these longer videos into short little clips, and I will put this one also in the show notes, where it goes deeper into why we choose Discord and what we plan with Discord for the EOS community Discord, and yeah. See all the clips if you don't want to hear all the mumble jumble that I have here in between. Throughout the week, we cut these videos together and into little bite-sized pieces on one topic. All right, moving on. We have some news from the NFT world. NFTs on EOS, most of the people go to Atomic Hub to buy NFTs or to create NFTs. But yeah, EOS also has a full-blown metaverse, and it's quite successful. Upland.me, everybody that's not on there, check it out. They just raised 18 million, as you can see. Pretty amazing growth they see all, you know, throughout. Upland is also pretty interesting. You know, you just log in. You don't need to have your EOS account right away. You get your EOS account in the background. And I think you're still also getting like a little bit of UPX. UPX is the currency that's inside Upland. And you can purchase a couple of things. You can also, if you want to buy more virtual real estate in this metaverse and build a business on there or do something else, or build a house, you can now build houses, 3D constructions. If you want to do all that stuff, then you can just use Apple Pay or Google Pay to buy UPX. And then later on, another feature that's super exciting, and I don't think any other metaverse has this in place yet, you can sell these, your estate, your NFTs, you can sell them back into dollar, which is an amazing feature. And that was also shared by one of the investors that were helping them raising these 80 million, Yat Sui from Animoca Brands. That was one of the features that he kind of highlighted. Where's this quote? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Is it this one? No. Oh, yeah. He says, we are impressed with what the team has built so far. Upland has innovated in many ways, including its mobile-first approach, offering users iOS and Android apps, said Yatsui, the executive chairman of Animoca Brands, in a statement. It's NFT to fiat, that's what I just said. Like if you have real estate or if you have an NFT, you can pay it direct, you can sell it for fiat, so you can cash out. Offering its NFT to fiat offering allows metaverse citizens to sell their digital assets to other players for US dollars. Most importantly, Upland's NFT portal enables NFT portability from different blockchains, making possible the interoperability that is a crucial pillar of the open metaverse. So in this quote, there are two things that are super unique for Upland, besides like, you know, feeless transactions and super fast execution, easy onboarding that we know, like they have two things that no other metaverse has so far. And which is really the NFT portal. So you can import from Ethereum or from EOS or wax your NFTs into the game. And then it's basically like a wrapped asset, and then show them and potentially also like sell them. I'm not sure if this feature is already there, but you know, this is, I think, where this is going. Yeah, anybody that doesn't know who Yatsui is and Animoca brands, they've been, you know, early in NFTs investment. And if you're into like metaverse stuff, they're also pretty big in Sandbox, which you know, saw some nice gains over the last week. Like other metaverses as well. But having a quote like this from Yatsui, I think speaks volumes about the stuff that Upland has brought on the table when it comes to games, NFT games, and metaverse. And super happy that this is a project that's on EOS. And hopefully, you know, we will have some Upland events on our Discord later on, because their community is fire. So yeah, another NFT game though also got great funding, and I don't know if this was timed. We had like the NFT NYC conference. So both of these fundings also happened at the same time. I know that the Upland people were holding a speech there. There were speakers at the event. I'm not sure if Blankos did this. Blankos they base their marketplace on EOSIO software, and as of recently, you can also purchase these NFTs with EOS as a currency. So yeah, they go back in also being funded by EOS VC. So there's a connection: A, blockchain protocol, and B, the funding. So now you can also purchase cute little Blankos with EOS tokens. Super excited about this. Another thing we might do in the Discord, you know, join the Discord, and if there are enough Blankos players, we can do some Blankos games there. We can stream them, and you know, make some tournament. Let's see, you know. I hope that this comes out for another platform soon. It's Windows only for now. But I think a while back they were talking about like that it also comes out for consoles, etc. Hopefully, also with the new Macs coming out that are more powerful, we can have some games like Mythical Games, like a AAA game on Macintosh. You know, because I'm a Mac user. So yeah, so Mythical Games got 150 million in order to build more games. So more blockchain games, and hopefully, you know, most likely they're already familiar with EOSIO. They continue building on EOSIO. So that's good. Yeah, some DeFi news, unless I check the chat if somebody wants to talk NFTs with me. Nothing so far. All right. So some DeFi news. We have Defibox, and they are becoming more and more also a DAO. And it's open now for applications if you want to become a candidate. No, this is gone. You can apply right now. There's a minimum of 1,000 box tokens that you need to hold, and then you see here the criteria. And yeah, one thing from EOS Nation, we have Denis Carrier. He's the first one, or he's one of the first how we call it, first members, not members. He applied to be I'm blanking on the word candidates to be elected then in this. He applied to be part of the technical board member. So congratulations to Denis. And anybody else that's interested in becoming a member, a candidate for a DAO, the Defibox DAO, it's mainly working on DeFi on EOS. Yeah, applications are open, and you will find the link to that in the show notes. Okay, so moving on, these are like small news right now. I think I was covering a lot of the stuff that was really on everybody's mind in the beginning. So excuse me if I'm rushing through the quick news a little bit. We already had 50 minutes. I'm trying to keep this under 50 minutes, under 1 hour here. So we have the EOSTarter. EOSTarter, they are a launch pad on EOS, so also funding related, but they are also related to NFTs. So their first when they launched, they did a sale for Tartiers, and the Tartiers gave you discounts on the launch pad. But right now they will launch later the Master Tartars Magic Bakery. And this will be a blending game. So you can buy packs with different ingredients. And with these packs, you can start blending, similar like what I explained earlier with the Pomelo Grant, with the Pomelo NFTs. You can create new NFTs, and some of them will be more rare, some of them will be less rare. And what they will do is they will distribute the TART tokens, which will also come out later on. 50% will go to the bakers. So if you start baking, if you start blending these NFTs and create something super rare with some new ingredients, there are basic ingredients, special ingredients, magic ingredients. And later on, there will be the recipes. Based on what kind of recipes you put together, you will get different NFTs coming out, special tarts, and yeah, you will get also some airdrops, as it says here. So yeah, that's from EOSTarter. And last but not least, we talk a little bit about what we had last week. Last week, Jana and I, .gems hosted the Metaverse Music Festival. We were covering this quite a bit. And it was 72 hours of amazing music. We held 3 longer events, like 3 to 4 hours. And you can review this all if you want on twitch.tv/gems. And yeah, we had the Emanate party, Emanate music streaming platform on EOS. 4 hours, amazing party, really good vibes, super great music, a lot of people in the metaverse partying to Emanate musicians. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, that's a little bit in for .gems. Come review this, and our next drop will be on the 17th. So next Hot Sauce, we will cover this in detail. Because it's interested, we are working together with Provence Digital, which is a German art gallery, and they will present the NFTs that we're working with them on the Art Cologne, which is like a big and pretty famous, popular art fair in Germany. So we will have more coverage of this next week, so you know everything, all the details before the 17th when this drop goes live. Yeah, and Emanate just put out a new article. I will put this also in the links if you need to learn what Emanate does. There's a up-to-date article from Wes Carmichael, which he released on the Crypto Writer. So that's it from .gems. And another thing from our team, Matthew Darwin, who is in charge for infrastructure for us, had a really nice tweet that we will share later, where he summarizes some of the synergies that's happening between Streaming Fast, Ultra.io, block.one, and EOS Nation, how we basically updated Diffuse, which is a history plugin for blockchain history on EOS and EOS.io. And it needed some updates to be working flawlessly with Node EOS 2.1 and 2.2. And yeah, he was pretty happy about the cooperation that's happening and the progress that's being made on making APIs on EOS super reliable. So I will also put this in the chat if you're interested in the infrastructure part and do some more research about what has been established here. And yeah, these are my topics For now, there are 5 minutes for Q&A if you want to keep this under an hour. Okay. Any questions? Jana, how are we doing? I haven't heard from you all the time. I've been rambling here for almost an hour. How are you doing?
Yeah, I think it's working again. I had mic issues. I talked and talked and talked, and no one heard me. But I think you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Super. We got one question from Eric. B1 just unstake a ton of EOS thoughts. You answered it already. It's we cannot have thoughts on it because we don't know what they are going to do with it.
Yeah, I think it's here.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, so that happened just I think 24 hours ago. We'll see what they're gonna do with these EOS. It's a bunch. There's speculation around it. Eric, I think the best for you is to join the EOS community Discord, EOS Network Foundation Discord, as shared in the chat up. And we will discuss this later there. Okay, awesome. I have no information what B1 is doing, and it's kind of what we talked earlier about, like the communication side from block.one was never consistent. So there was no way for the community to know where we're going. And that has been, causing a lot of like frustration in a way, but also like lack of vision, because we don't know what they're planning. And so we don't know right now what they're going to do with, say, EOS, with these 8.5 million EOS. Hopefully we'll find out sooner than later. But yeah, let's continue this discussion. I will be in the Discord. I will, as usual, after the hot sauce, drop a little bit some airdrops, some EOS airdrops for everyone that's active. And yeah, that's kind of I'm done with the notes. Thanks everyone for joining. Unless there's some last minute question. Jana, how are you doing? Everything good?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
All right.
Hope everyone else is doing same. Exciting times, and we need to look forward. And yeah.
Absolutely. So see you next week for the hot sauce, and make sure to check out Pomelo tomorrow. There will be plenty of grants going up, hopefully, and we have some things to look forward to. So as always, let's keep it spicy. Bye bye.
Bye bye.